We're with Ryan Murphy, a senior on the Eastern Connecticut men's soccer team, the Warriors, wrapping up their preseason and getting ready for their season opener on September 1st at Medgar Evers College. Right, this was your fourth preseason, obviously. Talk about how things went in the preseason for you guys.
They went well. The returners and I went to Costa Rica, started off first, and we had a really good experience there. And then a lot of people came in shape, a lot stronger, and a little more muscle on than they did the year before. And then to see the freshman group come in a couple of days after that and to click with them real quick, it's been a good and easy preseason. I'm looking forward to the season ahead.
A lot of people don't realize that a lot of your success in the fall season is really predicated on what you guys do in the off season or in the summer. Mm-hmm. Talk about, in general, what are the requirements that you guys do in the summer to get ready for preseason?
The big thing to get ready for in the preseason is just the fitness test that we get the first day of the preseason, the running that you have to do, the lifting packet that we get to work on in the off season, and just make sure you follow it religiously throughout the preseason, because if you don't, guaranteed you're not going to come in shape or any stronger than you did before you left.
Is that part of what you played high school for 4 years? Was that part of high school?
We didn't start really doing like lifting things until about my junior year of high school, and you could easily see how it benefited our team. We turned a 9-8 team to a 16-4-2 team from my sophomore to my junior year, so it definitely helped improve with people in confidence and stuff like that in a sense, and just knowing the sense that they've gotten stronger, it just kind of builds the new self-confidence in them.
Absolutely.
So I think it definitely helps, yeah.
In general, did the new kids come in prepared, ready to go? Because sometimes freshmen come in and they're not quite sure what.
It's tough. I mean, you can only kind of really tell them what to expect. You can't really show them firsthand until the first day. But a lot of our freshmen did do very well in the fitness test and came in looking a little bit stronger than they did before. A lot of them had gotten their weight up a little bit and definitely could see how much stronger they've gotten, and it's shown in the preseason in games where they're not usually a freshman would get bited off the ball pretty easily, but none of them really have. They've all been able to hold their own.
I think once you see the results of weight training, it really dawns on you, like, this really helps me.
Yeah, it definitely put a confidence in me. I mean, I know this past year I put on about 10 pounds of muscle from the end of fall to the summer, so it's definitely put a new confidence in me that I didn't have before.
Well, as a senior, you want to go out in style, go out with a championship. Last year, the team missed the Little East playoffs for the first time in about 10 years. How difficult was that for the team to accept?
It definitely hit us hard. It hurt us a lot because we were really close with the seniors, and to see them kind of go out like that definitely wasn't the way we wanted them to. I was personally very close with some of them, and I kind of hated seeing that for them. So just kind of us, realizing that we didn't want it to happen again, and we kind of made it our goal in the off season to learn from it and to work even harder to prevent that from happening again this year.
When you look around this year in the preseason, are you pretty satisfied, pretty happy with what you see around you in terms of teammates and talent and drive and commitment and that stuff?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think everybody seems pretty driven to do better than we did last year, and even the freshmen coming in this year, they seem pretty driven to make a role for themselves and to make a really good impression in their freshman year and show that they want to play and they want to be here, instead of sometimes when freshmen kind of show up and just like happy to be there. Everybody seems like committed. They're showing that they want to play, not just happy to be on the team.
How difficult is it to come in here and handle this men's soccer program? Coach DeVito is very tough, very strict, demands a lot from you. Was that an adjustment period for you when you came in at a high school?
I had him coach me recently when I was younger in high school, so I was kind of aware of what he expected me to be able to do with being there early for things and just stuff like that. So it wasn't more of an adjusting period, as it was just kind of remembering and kind of helping others out in the sense of what he's going to expect from all of us that are freshmen, at least when I came in.
Well, you've done something that's really pretty amazing. You've started every possible game since day one in goal as the goalie. I don't even know if we mentioned that you were the goalie. That you started every single game. And the funny thing that you said, and just talk about that a little bit, is that when your first exposure to Coach DeVito, you were sort of like a field player at that level.
Yeah, he saw what I could do with my feet and saw things I could do with the ball. And at first thought I was a field player, and then when he found out that I was a goalkeeper, he thought there was something kind of just special in me, because there's not really many goalkeepers you can see do stuff with the feet and be able to play and be like an 11th field player in a sense, like me.
Well, like we said, you came in, you started from day one. But when you first came to Eastern, you were probably anticipating sitting a year or two behind a very strong goalie that we had, right?
Yeah, the plan was when I committed to kind of learn under the goalkeeper they had at the moment for the first 2 years, and to kind of just push him in a sense in training to not only make him better but make me better too. And yeah, that was the plan from when I first committed.
Talk about your improvement. You've played in some very good teams. Talk about your improvement from your freshman year to your senior year. What are some of the things that you worked hard on and feel like you're a better goalie for?
I definitely worked harder on my communication on the field, organizing my back line, and making sure that my defenders are in the right position. My IQ for the game has definitely gotten a lot better. Like I said before, kind of just knowing where people need to be on the field in a sense, so that when I'm communicating to them, they have confidence in me and they know that I'm not kind of leading them in the wrong sense. But also my distribution in general. When I was younger, I always struggled with goal kicks and hitting consistent punts and goal kicks, and now I feel like I have more of a consistency in my hits, and people can trust in the fact that when I take a goal kick, it's going to be a well-driven ball for pretty far.
Well, you're pretty happy so far with the defense, this year's defense in front of you?
I'm confident in just about anybody that they put in defense. I'm very happy with how our defense looks right now. We've only given up 1 goal in the 3 games of preseason. We've seemed pretty strong, and we haven't really given teams any good chances of scoring on us, which is great to see. But it's just more just process of just getting better every day, every practice, and every game throughout the year now.
Isn't a goalie really only as good as their defense? Because you could be the greatest goalie in the world, but if people are dropping 35, 40 shots on you, there are just some shots you cannot save.
No, yeah. I mean, the one thing that all goalies have to remember is just like you can't save everything, but defense accounts for a lot of success that goalkeepers have, and sometimes it goes a little unrecognized. I know for a fact that, when people try to, give me compliments and stuff, sometimes I'll just kind of refer it back to my defense, where they say I played a great game. I mean, I not only had to make 2 or 3 saves. A lot of that's due to them. The only reason I look good is really because, they're doing a great job out in the field and really busting their butt to, in a sense, kind of make me look better a little bit.
What's the most satisfying part of when you walk off the field at the end of the game? What's the most satisfying thing for you?
Most satisfying thing is just knowing that I gave it my all and I didn't leave anything out there on the field, and that I yelled as loud as I could and I communicated as properly as I could and kind of stayed focused throughout the full 90 as hard as I could.
And you're talking about focus. Talk about how difficult is it. Let's say you're sky high, you've had a shutout or two, you're making a lot of great saves, and then you get scored on. Okay, it's almost like a relief pitcher that gives up a home run. How difficult is it just to say, forget it, wipe it out, let's just keep going? Does it drain your confidence at all?
Sometimes it does. When the ball hits the back of net, it's definitely a pretty big blow for a goalkeeper, especially if you've been on like a hot streak in a sense. But most of the time when that happens, I just kind of remember of all the positive things that have been going on, like 2 shutouts beforehand or a save I had made before, and the memory kind of goes away real quick because you can't linger on goals that you've given up very long for, or else you're guaranteed to give another one or make mistakes. So you kind of have to brush it off in a sense and stay positive and not let anybody see that you're down about it or anything, even if it is hurting you or affecting you in any sense.
You've stayed unbelievably injury-free, no?
There's been a couple knocks here and there. I've been hit a couple times, but I mean, overall, I've done a pretty decent job of, if something's bothering me, to go get it checked out and work on it right away,
You
so
do
that
your
it
part,
doesn't
yeah.
become a long-time injury or anything like that.
Right, last question. You're being a senior this year. Do you feel yourself that you need to play? A goalie is generally an outgoing person that takes control, but do you feel being a senior that you've got to really push it even farther in terms of instructing the young guys and taking the lead role and that kind of stuff?
As one of the older guys on the team, I'd like to have a leadership role on the team, and I have had for a couple of years now. I do want to help players be successful in the future and teach them things that are going to help them throughout their college career and throughout life as well. Because in the end, when I graduate next year or this year, there's going to be life after me, and I want them, when they go in, to be confident and know what to do right off the bat and not be nervous like I was when I was a freshman.
It's a tough adjustment. So Eastern Connecticut men's soccer getting ready for their September 1st opener. They're going to be at Medgar Evers. That's a 5 o'clock start. And then they're going to be home on Friday the 7th. They're going to be hosting Gordon College on Family Day. That'll be a non-conference game at 4 o'clock. Right, thanks for being with me. Good luck this year.
Thanks for having me.